Okay, Congressman Michael Waltz, Republican from the state of Florida, joins me now. Congressman, how did the White House get this so wrong?
Well, they didn't get it wrong, Stuart. I think they deliberately misled the American people. You'll notice each time they put this quick little caveat about 100 that wanted to leave. Well, show me all these Americans that were there trapped behind Taliban lines that didn't want to leave. The fact was they had their families there, and I would love to ask Jen Psaki or Blinken or all the others if they would leave their family members behind. Of course they wouldn't. That doesn't mean they get categorized as not deserving or not wanting to leave. So it was deliberately misleading. We knew it was going, the chickens were going to come home to roost. And thank God for all of the veterans organizations, these grassroots organizations. Many of these men and women have quit their jobs, exhausted their savings. They're not going to quit. You never leave fellow Americans behind. And I just talked to one this morning that just got their 8th flight out, privately funded, privately organized, doing the State Department's job for them.
So those efforts are ongoing. They're still getting people out. Private enterprise is getting people out. I mean, did they have to hand over a lot of cash to the Taliban? Are they bribing their way out? Is that how it's done?
Well, you know, there's a couple of different ways that they're doing it. That may be happening on the ground. You start dancing into some difficulty from a legality standpoint. But at the end of the day, they're raising funds, organizing the flights, getting them on the ground, and getting people out by means that I don't want to talk about on television. But they're getting it done, and they're doing the job the State Department, Defense Department, it should be doing if the White House would let them.
Well, are those 400 Americans, are they hostages?
I consider them hostages, absolutely. And what the administration is doing is paying ransom in the form of aid. And what the Taliban ultimately want is international recognition, billions in foreign currencies, getting off UN blacklist, and they want to be normalized. But here's the thing, Stuart. The guy in charge of Kabul right now has been holding an American, a Navy veteran, Mark Frerichs, hostage for the last 2 years. You would have thought in exchange for all U.S. forces leaving, we could have gotten one American back. So it's still an absolute mess. In the end of the day, the administration wanted to spin us, make it seem like it wasn't that many, turn the page so they can move on to their progressive agenda. By the way, Stuart, you see all these Green New Deal provisions in this reconciliation bill, over $1 trillion of critical minerals for batteries, for storage, for solar panels. We're sitting in Afghanistan. We just handed that all over to China.
Congressman, thank you very much for your efforts to get those Americans out. We appreciate that. Come back and tell us how it's going soon. Congressman Michael Waltz, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Always appreciate it, sir.